Hello, I am on Twitch.tv, and you aren't. Well, I guess technically you are if you're seeing me, unless you're seeing this on YouTube, in which case, congratulations, you're on YouTube. I am just tweeting out my live notifications. Yep, they are out. I am live. I am here on Twitch, and you are here with me. So, hopefully it is going well for you. As for me, I'm sort of drowsy, I'm sort of tired and unenergetic, and I'm not really entirely sure where I'm gonna pick up on the puzzles. But, I am, in fact, here. Oops, wait. I forgot to update the dingus. The status. Status needs updating. It is now night 3. I'm glad that popped up over there. Night 3. And, there. Now the status should be updated. Going to have to manually update that later. Hello, I'm glad you're here. I am also here. Hello. So as I was... Yes, I just updated it like 5 seconds ago. As I was saying, I really have absolutely no new ideas. I watched through the VOD and I noticed a thing or two that might be, like, useful. There was a book in the library that we didn't pick up because it might be just static background imagery. Uh, I think I saw something down one of the canals, and it's possible that we may have to call the number and have them either raise or lower the water level. I'm not sure. I'm gonna call them back and see whether we can get manual control or what. Not sure on that point. Uh, Aside from that, I gotta admit I'm not really sure what the game expects from me at this point. It's always the danger with adventure games. Sometimes just getting adventure games to run is the challenge. For example, I've been trying to get Syberia 2 up and running, because at some point we're gonna want to play Syberia 2, right? Like, we don't want to cliffhanger ourselves halfway through the dang story. Yeah, good. Yes, it does. Anyway, we don't want to cliffhanger ourselves halfway through the story, right? Unfortunately, Syberia 2 appears to run at something like 65,000 frames a second. Everyone finishes talking almost as soon as they've started talking. All the animations run at a speed which is really funny to watch, but, um, it's not really conductive for playing the game. So I've been, really turning everything upside down, trying to figure out how to get Syberia 2 really working properly. I'm sure that we will at some point. It just takes the right hammer in the right place, or the right man in the right place can make all the difference in the world. Here's a pistol, go shoot the Combine. I don't know, I haven't played Half-Life 2 in a while. Hello, Say. Yeah, I'm just, pontificating aimlessly. Me and my glass of water. But it is just about time. Just about. So, let's click over here. There we go. Let me just, get everything set up properly on my screen. And I think this was the most recent save, right? It looked like the most... Yeah, 22... No, maybe? No. Yes? No. '02. Okay, okay. These were '01. Right, yes. Alright, we got the most recent save. European... Yeah. I'm so lucky you all are here to help me solve the mystery of what saved game do I fucking load. Because that's how useful I am at this stream. Alright, I wanted to check the library, and I think the library was back this way. So welcome back to the most aptly named protagonist in video game history. This is Kate Walker. 90% of what we're doing is walking her. No, this seems to be the, yeah, this is the lecture hall. This is not what we want. Might as well check, just to be... Oops, wait a minute, hold on. Let me move my head out of the way so you're not seeing the morphing grid every time I... Oh, great, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to close the game for a second. Let me just move my head out of the way so you're not seeing my morphing grid every time I mouse over it. Because it's behind the window. Yeah, that's my power grid. That's what, it keeps my head suspended in this matrix. Where I float endlessly. Alright, somewhere around here is a library. And we were there. And there was a book.
No point. It's locked.
It's not through here. Okay. I take one night off. I take one single night off. Was it through here? Had I been standing in front of it the whole time? Yes, it is. Video games, folks. Video games. Alright, is this it? Yeah, this is a hotspot. Okay, that is the extent of what I was able to find with my coverage of my own footage. What is this? Amazon, Memories of an Expedition. This is a reference, actually, to the previous game in this series. There was a previous game in this series. It was more of a misclone. Amazon, which involved a trip to, well, the Amazon. I don't know why it has an E at the end. Oh, where's my glasses? Alright, what the hell is this thing? The red Amazon cuckoo. Subspecies of the common Oculus conculus. Hold on. That cannot be what it says. Canaris is endemic in the Amazon forest. One of the region's most brightly colored species. Male-female differences. It's partial to juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move you when you pop it in your mouth. May gorge itself on this fruit to the point of drunkenness. Hey, we've all been there. What is this? Okay, it's just a clip, fine. The female talks about how they replace eggs with their own. The red cuckoo's love of the grape could sadly prove fatal for the species in the medium term. European settlers tried to cultivate the grape, have decimated the Amazon. I'm not sure if any of this is actually relevant. The Forest Sauvignon grape. Very rare to find the Forest Sauvignon grape in the wild. Species has been decimated. Okay. Successful cultivation of the plant is the pride of the Barakstadt University Botany Collection. Hey, that's where we are. Alright, this was relevant. Who knew? Kate just added Sauvignon to her notepad. Let's go ask people about grapes. Go demand grapes from people. We're gonna make progress if it kills us. I don't know how well, there are those red-beaked cuckoos blocking our path to that one ladder. Those red cuckoos are blocking our path. And if we have the grapes, maybe we can get them drunk. And if we get the birds drunk, who knows what will happen? Maybe they'll go on a date with us.
Gentlemen, forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have
There
a
we
little
go.
problem.
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems now, you know.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
Yeah, bite my entire ass, but do you have any grapes?
You wouldn't know if there is any Forest Sauvignon here in Barakstadt, would you?
Absolutely.
When he says absolutely, he means, of course, absolutely none.
What we mean, of course, is that we are absolutely positive there is no Forest Sauvignon here in Barakstadt.
Really? Are you sure? Because I read in a book that Barakstadt possesses a number of plants. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of some if possible.
Out of the question, miss.
The assistant rector means to say that our priority is for you to remove your train from our station. Your research will have to wait until your next stop.
Yes, that's right. Your train must leave the station immediately, so please refrain from wasting our time in needless visitations.
Don't forget the regulations, miss. Don't forget them. Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. And quickly!
I don't know what I was imagining, like, with them being helpful. It didn't help. What about the birds?
That idea of the station aviary is really very original.
It's the pride of our university.
Oh, we went through this last time. We went through that one last time. Okay.
Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already? My word, doesn't time fly by?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank you, gentlemen.
And thank you for being the fullest of shit people I have ever met in my life. You are absolutely crammed to your earlobes. Alright, well, in theory, we will be able to find... There's gotta be something out here. Oh, believe me, you haven't heard the half of it. I've played adventure games with far more dialogue than this. But, yeah, I'm not even gonna try him. I don't care. We'll get something going. There is that other dude who's, down by the river. Maybe, like, I remember he couldn't keep a secret if, like, it was chained to his wrist. I just wish I remembered where the river was. I have failed I have failed you all. I do not remember how to navigate. Keep going, Kate. You're not there yet. But, I don't know. I do tend to like my adventure games kind of verbose. And that's weird, but I guess I always felt the same way as I do with, no, there's nothing down here. But when I was a kid, and someday I'm gonna stop starting these stories with when I was a kid, but today is not that day. When I was a kid, I thought that, like, the best possible value for money you could get was a role-playing game, because it had so much, because it had so much text in it, you know? And that kept you playing the game so much longer. And, a lot of writers treat adventure games the same way. But to me, it's not the text that bothers me. It's the, well, incidental animations. I could listen to people talk all week long, but hate taking that extra 5 seconds to, like, snap turn around a point of interest. That's agonizing.
I'm sorry to disturb you.
What can I do for you, miss?
I guess it's just a difference of priority somewhere.
Where might I find some forest Sauvignon plants, please?
No place round here, that's for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. That stuff's from the Amazon.
You know, for someone who knows nothing about the plant, you seem pretty well informed about which mysterious faraway country it comes from.
Oh, Amazon, Peru, Papua New Guinea, it's all the same to me. Gotta go. Gotta work.
Wait, don't go. You know what? I don't think he was being totally straight with me.
Well, Kate, I don't know how you got that idea, but you're right. Alright, there's one person left we can talk to in this university. And that's the dude who wants us to sign up for Mastodon classes. And, he fits right in 2022, but that means we gotta jog back to the university. I would give anything for a fast travel button. That's a lie, I wouldn't give anything. If I had a choice between a fast travel button and a highlight all hotspots button, I would go with the highlight all hotspots button. But I would be thinking of the fast travel button. Okay, back into the... Back up and in. So I said this elsewhere, but, this is going to be a very walk back and forth and stare at things type of stream. Because I've got no real idea what we're doing here, and, all we can do is walk around and stare at things until I figure out which thing progresses the plot.
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry to disturb you again.
What is it you want to know, miss?
Help me or leave, Jim.
If I were to say Forest Sauvignon to you, what would you say?
Oh, let's see. Sauvignon. Sauvignon? I would say it's some kind of tropical shrub, don't you think?
We are talking about the same plant, then. It is a very rare shrub with small, juicy fruits. I found a book about the Amazon, and it says that there are even Sauvignon plants growing right here in Bergstadt. You wouldn't know where, would you?
Amazon Sauvignon plants here? No, No, I don't think there are any. Highly implausible. But, you should ask the station master. He is keeper of the greenhouse at our university, so he could tell you more than me.
Oh, thanks very much.
All right, now we go harass the
leave you in
station
peace.
master.
I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Benay Sokol's amazing game of yank the football. My dude is just like, you want to see how hard I can stall the plot? Ah. That hard. Well, oh, hello. What's up? Keep moving. It's like 5 feet, Kate.
Excuse me, station master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
No.
Well, I am. Very busy indeed. But, okay, I think I can give you a minute of my time.
Tell me about the plant, you absolute dick.
I'm looking for a kind of little juicy berry. You don't know where I could find some?
Look, lady, the station doesn't have any Sauvignon berries, not even forest Sauvignon.
Funny you should mention it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Forest Sauvignon.
Sauvignon, raspberries, red currants, they're all the same to me. And we don't grow none of them here.
But you see, I have just read a very interesting book which says that the rare Sauvignon berry is actually cultivated here in the famous Barokstadt University aviary itself.
Well, if it's in a book, then don't believe everything you read, miss.
I don't know why, but I don't think you're telling me the truth.
What do you mean? I don't know. How should I know where to find your stupid grape? Go ask your professor, what's his name, Pons, the paleontologist.
But you're the master of this station, so you should know better than anyone.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't know. Go see the old guy with the fossils.
I won't disturb you any longer, Mr. Station Master.
Welcome to Barokstadt, miss.
No, I'm not allowed to impale him on a hook as an example to others. I just thought I'd check. Well, we've been informed to go, talk to the station master, and the station master has now informed us to go talk to the paleontologist. I look forward to seeing who we're directed to next. Perhaps we will have to talk to one of the mammoths. I will admit, there is a, No, Oscar has been vaguely helpful. He drives the train. He won't get off the train and do anything, but that's not really his job, I guess.
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry to disturb you again.
What is it you
Again.
want to know, miss?
You wouldn't know where the forest Sauvignon plants are kept in Barokstadt, would you?
Why do you think there are Sauvignon plants here?
I read about it in a book at the library.
Try going to see the station master. It's such a shrub
God, there's
as
gotta
this.
be a way.
He will
There's
have
gotta
a
be
better idea than
something.
anyone.
It's actually he who sent me to you. I thought it a little strange, but he definitely said ask the paleontologist. You're the only one here, aren't you?
Yes, indeed. What a strange way to behave. Well, I think he must have made a mistake. That's all. Nobody tells me anything here, and maybe you should ask the rectors. After all, they are in charge of the university.
All right, thanks. I'll leave you in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
You know
Sorry?
what?
No, not at all, my dear child.
I'm gonna take some initiative. I'm gonna go back to the train. I'm gonna see if I can get that stuffed mammoth and, like, bribe him with it. Because maybe that will get me out of this loop of redirections to redirection. Because if he's expressed a single iota of care about anything, it's mammoths. So I am going to bribe this man. And I hope it works. It may or may not. Yeah, this is... I feel like I'm getting what we could generously call the Barrackshot Shuffle. But I know that everywhere in the game is going to be like this. I can feel it in my marrow. And that's not a comfortable place to feel things. It's itchy.
I don't need that for the time being.
For the time being. For the time being? Did I forget to, like, push him about something that would make him demand a stuffed mammoth? If it's itchy and if it displaces your marrow, it's a die. It's itchy and if it displaces your marrow, it's dying. Nah, it really doesn't work in a kid's song. I'll workshop it. Alright. So I have, I guess, two goals. One is to talk to the rectors again. And the other is that now that I have seen that the mammoth has a pickup icon, and Kate has told me she doesn't need it yet, I'm convinced I'm gonna have to shove it into that old dude's inventory at some point. So I gotta go back and find what combination of words makes him ask for it. Like, I know this through my adventure game clairvoyance. That's gotta be what we do with it. Into his inventory socket. Here we go again. You believe it's been a half hour already? It doesn't feel like half an hour.
Gentlemen,
Blah, 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 blah.
are you sure there are no Amazon Sauvignon plants in Barokstadt? Because I have just interviewed the station master and the paleontologist, and what they said really didn't convince me that there wasn't any here.
We are quite definite on this point. There are no Sauvignon plants growing in Barokstadt.
You see, miss, the Amazon Forest Sauvignon is a rare shrub that requires very special conditions for growth.
That's right. Conditions that are very hard to reproduce, believe you me.
Difficult, but not impossible. Fortunately, our garden has proved very successful.
Your garden? So, there is a garden in Barokstadt?
Oh, the garden. Well, if there was one, it would be only a little garden hidden behind the station. But our station master would be very proud of it.
He would take very good care of it, too. Everything would grow marvelously if we were able to cultivate it at all, and it would be all down to his gardening prowess.
And we would be proud as punch. And we wouldn't forget the role the paleontologist might play in this.
What's the paleontologist got to do with it all?
Without him and without his laboratory, how would we make the wine, do you think?
And it would be good wine indeed, my dear colleagues, would it not?
Oh, yes, a delightful balm to soothe away our long hours of toil and our heavy responsibilities.
I'm gonna pull your
We
kidneys
would
out
wait
through your
impatiently
intestines.
every year for the arrival of the year's produce.
So, if I have understood you correctly, there are indeed Sauvignon plants in Barokstadt. They are cultivated in a garden behind the station, then turned into wine by the paleontologist's loving care, and finally, the pleasure of tasting is yours. If I'm not very much mistaken, gentlemen, you have a minor racket operating here.
Miss, you do go jumping to some hasty conclusions.
Intestines!
We never said that. That's not what we said at all.
Oh!
We were talking in the conditional, you know, with ifs and woulds.
So, what would happen if I had such a hunch?
You would have to keep it to yourself, of course.
Yes, if you would be so kind as to keep it a secret. It would only be a small local concern, producing barely a few bottles every year.
That's right, nothing so grandiose as a business. Otherwise, we'd be liable to be fined. So, we can't count on your discretion, can't we?
Don't worry, I have no intention at all of getting messed up in anything.
I already feel all messed up in everything.
Here we are,
All right.
Yes, shut up.
thank-
Thank you, goodbye. Okay, so we have enough of a confession that I think we can take it to the station master and make him lead us to wherever the fuck his wine casks are. And then we can drug the cuckoos, and step 3 is profit, I guess. But first, I want to make sure that I have, like, bugged this guy about, like, Hans Vorarlberg and all, and...
Do excuse me,
What is it?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, it is. It really is kind of bizarre.
Arriving in Barokstadt is an amazing experience. I've never seen such a station.
It's very meticulously
You came by
animated.
train?
Yes, in a kind of clockwork train with a spring mechanism that winds down regularly.
You mean you drive a train? Young ladies of today never cease to amaze me.
Oh, no, I'm not the engineer. The train's engineer is actually an automaton. I am sorry, all this probably sounds very strange.
A clockwork train, driven by an automaton. I once knew a man long ago who could have invented such a train. It was he who designed the bandstand in the main square. To think that he was even capable of creating such a gadget. He was astounding, a true genius. But oddly, at the same time, he was also almost a child. It was as if his mental and physical evolution had definitively halted at the age of 10. Can you believe that?
Well, that's the dream, man.
Yes. I think I can believe that. At least I'm beginning to.
That's the goal, man. That's the dream.
To tell you the truth, I'm looking for Mr. Hans Vorarlberg. He's the sole heir of a very unusual factory. My company is in charge of negotiations for the takeover of this factory. At last word, he was living in Syberia. So, as soon as my train is ready, I'll be continuing my journey eastwards.
Syberia. Syberia. But what was it you said again?
Said what?
You mentioned a name. The person you are looking for.
Vorarlberg. Hans Vorarlberg. Do you know him?
Hans Vorarlberg. How could I forget him? Such an extraordinary fellow. So inventive. We shared a passion for mammoths, you know, and we bonded over this passion.
Why does every adventure
Without it,
game I
confess,
play
I
have this
would
word in
had
it
little
lately?
to do with an odd, ageless retard
Why?
like Hans. At the time, we were both students. Well, sort of. Put it this way. Hans
It's
had
because it's
special
the
permission
90s,
to
isn't it?
attend paleontology lectures. You see, he didn't really have the necessary qualifications. In exchange, Hans did a few odd jobs around the university.
Your Hans Vorarlberg sounds uncannily like the one I'm looking for.
I'm not sure, my dear. Hans was above all questions of money and business. Just to imagine him running a factory, perish the thought.
Can you tell me a little bit more about him?
He was always a mystery to me. He never said very much, never quite seemed to grasp what you said to him. He expressed himself instead through his incredible mechanical contraptions. His inventions, I admit, have been much appreciated by the university. The few times we really did talk, it was
There
about
we go.
his
Here it
strange
is.
interest for mammoths and a doll. Some sort of doll that obsessed him.
A doll, you say?
Yes, he kept talking about it. One day he described it to me. A sort of children's toy. A miniature mammoth mounted by a mout. It appears he found it in a cave not far from his home. The event all sounds very dramatic. His account was slightly confused, but it awoke a great interest in me.
What do you mean?
To my knowledge, there is only one tribe who made figurines featuring a mout, and that tribe is the Yukols. They live in the farthest reaches of Syberia, and for them, the dolls constituted a sacred object, illustrating one of their central legends. How such a doll made the journey from the frozen Siberian north to a cave in the French Alps is a mystery to me. Even today, it is beyond my comprehension.
Have you considered that Hans Vorarlberg was maybe making it up? You said yourself he didn't seem to have all
You
his
have it in the
mental
train,
facilities
Kate.
intact.
No, that's impossible. Hans couldn't invent a story like that. The doll is a sacred part of the Syberia legend. He described it to me in exact detail. Syberia itself is a chimera that paleontologists of the world are very fond of pursuing.
Okay, we finally have a distinction between, like, Syberia and
I'll leave you in
Siberia.
peace.
Sorry?
Like, there's Siberia with an I, and presumably it is a cold place. And there's Syberia with a Y, and it's a paleontological chimera? Nobody has yet described this to us. Like, in exact detail. Shangri-La one? Well, maybe. The great land of Dog-Rila. You can only find it if you crash while skiing. Alright. Back up to the train. Screw you for now. I'll get back to you. I want to do this mammoth doll thing while it's fresh in my mind and I don't forget that I need it. But yeah, she reaches her destination. She stops, goes into the canned animation. Gets out of the canned animation. Goes into a different canned animation. It's all extreme. It feels like this was meant to be a Resident Evil style game. Instead of a point and click, somehow. Yeah, it's only like 3,000 years old, Kate. It can live in your bosom. "20,000 years under the boob." Hydration? Yes. I've got more, apple lemon seltzer today. It's very refreshing. Still my favorite flavor. I've been, slowly drinking at it as we play. It is delicious. Okay, back up into the university. Up the stairs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I really hope you're all getting exactly what you come to my streams for. You know, I hope that this somehow is fulfilling a deep need in your core, in your Ghibli bits, that you couldn't have satisfied any other way.
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor,
What is
Wait,
it?
I have to back out.
Sorry?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry to disturb you again. Professor, I have brought you
How
something
many
that should be
times
of
can you
interest
say
to you.
Professor?
Look,
What have you got there, then? Let's see. An effigy of a mammoth. But this is Hans' doll, is it not? Yes, of course it is. How on earth did you... Oh, my God. It's in my hands. It exists. It really exists. Please do excuse me. I'm deeply, deeply moved.
you see? Your Hans and my Vorarlberg heir are one and the same.
This is incredible. After all these years, how can I ever thank you, my dear? Oh, I must waste no time. I'm off to my laboratory. I must study this carefully. May I borrow your treasure a moment?
Well, actually,
Don't worry, miss. I will take the greatest care of it. But I need to study it. You see, it has such importance to me that this very afternoon I shall deliver an impromptu lecture to my students about this very object. If you are
cool.
interested in Hans Vorarlberg, then it is essential that you attend.
do you think so?
Obviously. Give me your telephone number and I will call you the moment my lecture begins. I will return you your doll at the end. You have my word.
Well, I guess we're not leaving by train as easily as I thought. I'm sorry, did I just... Yes. He opened a door. We can go collect more inventory. Is any of this inventory? No? Oh, well, what's the point? Oh, yes! It's another voice cylinder! Do we have a player for that? Oh, don't worry. I'll end up playing a video game where you can murder people someday. Just not today. Wait, I saw... Yep, there we go. What the hell are you? Yangala Cola Powder. Oh, that's that, mushroom stuff that makes your eyes good. And a test tube holder. That's great if we need to hold a test tube. I guess. Do we need to hold a test tube? Okay. Oh, wait. I saw...
I don't need that for the time being.
Okay. I'll bother him later. Or he'll bother me on the phone. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Let's go bother the station master about illegal wine. And then we can drug the cuckoos. And we can clip their test tubes off. With our clippies. And then we can put them on a hook and make their vision really good. I'm just... I'm... That's an emoji, alright. I'm just, bouncing ideas around here, I'm glad I possess the power to horrify. Alright, you rat bastard. Give me your grapes.
Excuse me, Station Master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
No.
Well, I am. Very busy indeed. But, okay, I think I can give you a minute of my time.
I think it's mean to compare this to Manos. And that Manos didn't really have a plot, but this does. It's just that this is being told by someone who is obviously more used to, like, graphic novel pacing. I don't feel he grasped that if you put NPCs in different places, no matter how visually interesting the trip between them is, you're still going to want to make that trip without looking at the scenery.
You have been playing with me, haven't you? You knew very well there were forest Sauvignon berries in the station garden.
No, not at all. I've never seen your Sauvignon things.
You don't have to lie to me. I know all about it. You and the rectors are in cahoots, and the professor's lab has been turned into a distillery. You've all got a nice little smuggling racket on the side.
Smuggling racket? Hey, lady, you're going a bit far there. It's just a little on-the-side thing we got going, that's all. It's just for ourselves. Hey, be honest.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Aren't you worried about the reputation of this fine university? The authorities should be informed of this.
But we haven't done anything wrong. It's not a crime.
Can you open the gate to the garden, please?
Oh, sure. No problemo. Right away, miss.
Oh, where the fuck is the garden gate? I think it was all the way back here. This is part of what I was talking about, like with the, it's beautiful scenery, but you just want to get somewhere.
There you are. Please feel free to visit the garden at your leisure. And there was just one thing. I'm not a liar. Not really. Just mum's the word. There is the reputation of the university to think about, and I have superiors, and I have to do what I can.
I understand. Don't you worry.
Oh, thank you, miss.
Right. I don't care about him. Please stop turning around. Right. That said, if you're comparing this to Manos in terms of movement speed, I could see that. Oh god, it's gonna make me find, like, the one cluster of berries in the entire fucking forest, isn't it? Berries! Avignon grapes. Alright. This is it. This is what we've been working toward. Now we can drug some birds. What are these goals? I mean... Great, now we can roofie the birds. I'm thrilled. Truly, this is what gives my life meaning. Oh, you squawk now. But will you still squawk? For grapes? That one vanished. I think it gets sucked into my inventory icon. Well, they're drunk. Syberia? Syberia? Come back to me, game. I do not have control at this time. I don't have a mouse cursor. I think I'm supposed to. Now that's the pause command. Syberia? Game? I think it's stuck. I think it's... I cannot, Oh
Let
no!
go.
Guys, I don't know what to do about this. Oh, flying, farting fuck dicks. I don't have a save. Alright. Well... The birds have softlocked me. The birds have killed me. We're stuck forever. Bird. Hi, Devarian. As part of a puzzle, we just fed some birds some grapes. And I get the impression they're supposed to do something and then flap off. Except one of them mysteriously vanished. And I think the animation can't complete. And there's no mouse cursor, and I think we're stuck forever. So... what do we do? Well, I don't want to try to run through that again right now. So I guess what I'm gonna do is call a halt to the stream. I will try to get through this on my own later, and we'll pick it up either tomorrow night or tomorrow sometime in the day, or God, what a mess. No, it's fine. It's just befuddling. Like, of all things. But, we will either pick up from here next time, or we will, be playing a different game next time. I'm not sure which. I'm still somewhat determined to get through Syberia, but, my gosh, man, you are making it hard. Ah. It does kind of feel like that happens. Well, it was good seeing you all here tonight. This is what happens when you run an older game on a newer PC. Anyway, thank you for now. I will probably try to get back to this tomorrow or the day after or something. But this bird was a jerk, yes. That bird it's gone to the Americans. Good night, everybody. Good night, and good luck.